Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Jayashree Dasgupta, and I'm a clinical psychologist and brain health specialist. And I'm here with Payal Saxena, who's a former journalist and women's health specialist. And we're here to have a conversation about an organ that really needs to have a lot more importance, our brain.
That is so true, Dr. Jayashree. I really feel that the brain is actually the most important organ of our body. But fortunately or unfortunately, I think it gets the worst PR.
I know, absolutely right.
Like, no one wants to talk about it. Absolutely not. I have actually seen people, like, in and around you, if they have BP or if they have sugar, oh my God, it's actually funny. They go to someone's house and the first question someone will ask is, Sharma ji, will you need sugar or not in your tea? Do you need salt in your food or not? They talk it with a sense of pride and acknowledgement that, oh, this organ of my body is not working well. But
I mean, that's exactly the same with vision, right? I mean, if you think about it, spectacles have become a fashion accessory. Exactly. I mean, what kind of frame you're wearing, what's the color, does this complement your eyes? Our visual health is now, it's a part of the fashion industry.
It's a $1 trillion industry, and I think you've forgotten about hair and skin. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have an acne or your hair is falling, and oh my God, the number of advertisements, products, even the whole startup industry in India, it's coming up with thousands of products about the skin and hair. All these organs and their problems I see are like, WhatsApp conversations, dinner table chats, and the way people talk about it is like, it's like a badge of honor. That, this thing is not working right, so let's just talk about it, or let's go and spend money on it.
And I like that. Because, the way that people actually feel empowered to take charge of their health when we look at certain organs of the body, like, for example, your eyes, is fantastic. I mean, you should be doing something about it if you're facing a problem. There are so many options available when you look at things to help you with your visual health. So I actually think that's fantastic. But again, today's conversation
is a big but.
There's a big but.
We should tell people why are we talking about all this. That's simply because if there is something even remotely wrong with your mind or your brain, oh my God, that person has had it.
Yeah.
And people around that person have had it. Like, the way the word depression is being used these days, you feel a little low, you're depressed, and I've seen like this, the mood of the entire room changes.
So, Payal, one thing I do want to highlight, though, as a therapist, is that some of these terms are really thrown around very loosely.
Yeah.
Depression it's a mental illness.
Exactly.
It's something to be taken very seriously. And unfortunately, a lot of people just throw these terms around very loosely. Oh, I'm feeling depressed. I have depression. And I have clients who actually say that it's a shame because they're actually going through something that's so serious. And when they say that, they express it to other people, the seriousness of it actually reduces. It's like, acha theek hai,
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay, it's fine.
And don't forget about forgetfulness. Like, I have had a loved one who suffered from dementia. And initially when he was forgetting things, we as family members also thought, oh, it's age.
Yes.
Or, he's forgetting it because maybe he's not taking care of his exercise, or, he's not eating well. And I consider myself to be very educated and well-informed and well-traveled. But even then, I had no idea about, disorders or diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's, simply because there was no awareness about it at all. No one was talking about it. It was all hush, hush, hush. And, to actually sum it very loosely, in Hindi, they say the moment you hit 60, they're like, "Arey, 60 aa gayi hai." So, if you're forgetting something, it's either a joke or it's not given importance to at all. And I think that's why we both are here today together, sitting about it, especially with you, who's like a certified clinical therapist, because we really, really want to talk about brain issues, brain health, and I would really like you to throw more light on it.
Absolutely, because I think the brain is the one organ that's actually in charge of our entire being. And when something happens to the brain, why do we feel so embarrassed to talk about it? Why is there so much stigma around something like having memory problems? Why is there so much stigma around saying that my mood is impacted to such an extent that I'm unable to function on a daily basis, or I'm struggling? Why is it that we don't take charge of our brain health? And it's this brain. It's this brain that allows us not only to function on a daily basis, but it's also that brain that allows us to reach that optimum potential that we all strive for. And, at the end of the day, when someone says, I'm struggling, how many times have we just tried to provide this, this kind of reassurance, heartfelt, I must admit, sometimes, but, it sometimes on the receiving end, it can feel very hollow and empty, saying, it's okay, things will get better.
It's okay.
It happens to everyone. It's almost like really dismissing the importance of the fact that there could be a real issue with this really important aspect of our brain.
Absolutely. And, I would like to give my 2 pence here, through my understanding of being a caregiver of someone who suffered with dementia. I feel that there is so much of enigma about the brain, and most of the disorders or diseases about the brain are considered to be those that cannot be cured. They can only be managed. So I think that most of the times we don't even want to know what's going inside, because we know that the moment we get to know, like a doctor or a therapist says that, so this is the problem, and now it will be managed. Yes, maybe through medication or exercise or talking, but you will have to manage it throughout your life. And I think that is so scary that a layman like me or, people around us, we don't even want to acknowledge it. And so we are like, okay, whatever is happening to it, let it keep happening. I always joke about it with my friends so many times, like whoever is a Harry Potter fan here would know that, I always say that brain is like that organ about which you say that, it's like the Voldemort, like that cannot be named. Like, don't even acknowledge it. Like, our body just remains still here. And then whatever is happening up here, forget about it. Don't talk about it. But also along with that, like, if we get platforms like this that we've got today, I really feel that we have to make brain and mental health, with a lot of fact checking around it, a dinner table conversation, a WhatsApp conversation, a friendly conversation, even a gossip conversation. But let's actually start talking about it. And talking about things makes a lot of difference.
And I was going to say that yes, the brain is an enigma, but there are so many very simple but powerful solutions that work, where you can actually do very simple things like talking to actually improve your brain health, to deal with various mental health issues. And like you said, this is not a dinner table conversation, unfortunately, yet. But we are very happy to talk about, how our BP is, how we may be having headaches, why we may be having difficulty with our vision, with our stomach. Even those conversations are very much a part of dinner table conversations.
There was a movie that was made on indigestion and stomach issues, and we know which movie we are talking about. But I just hope that there is a movie, in mainstream media, there is series. We have so many platforms, you have OTT, you have YouTube, you have Instagram, and everyone is hooked on to this. So I guess that we really, really need to start talking about it and approach people like we have today. We have a doctor sitting here who's talking about it so normally. I mean, the way you're talking, you're not making it sound scary or anything to me or anyone else. So we should definitely go forward with this.
Absolutely.
And start getting more information about it. Get rid of the myths and get more into the facts about how you can manage your brain beautifully. Like, make it your friend. Since childhood, we've always heard that you should always listen to your heart if there is a competition or a debate going on between your heart and mind. And I think that the brain requires and needs a little more love and, friendship from our own being, that we listen to both.
Right, absolutely. And I think we started this conversation because we both understand and acknowledge that the brain is so critical in our lives, and we really just need to start having more conversations
Yeah.
about what we can do to nurture it, protect it, help it when we find that something's going wrong. So really, your brain is your business.
Your brain is
So
your business.
we really have to start having this
Conversation. And I guess this is like the most beautiful sentiment with which we can, kind of end this conversation, but begin another journey.
Yes.
That your brain is your business, and it's a very, very beautiful business. And if you take care of it, it'll give you a lot of profit in return.
It will grow.
Exactly, right? It'll grow, and it'll help you grow and grow old beautifully.
Yes.
So I guess that's where we can kind of, like I said, end this conversation here, but take a vow to begin another journey off camera and off this podcast, where we can keep talking about the brain and keep getting more information about it.
Thank you so much, Payal, for having this very open, heartfelt conversation today. We really do want to make conversations about the brain a dinner table conversation, because ultimately your brain is your business, and when you nurture it, take care of it, it will grow and give you a lot of benefits. So thank you so much for starting this conversation with us. And we hope this is a beginning of a journey where the brain actually takes center stage. So thank you so much.